Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Have I ever been sure about that? Oh, flipped us again. Okay. So yeah, what do you want to talk about? It's February. Happy February. It's crazy.
Um, yeah, February in the year of our Lord, 2025.
That's right. Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure? Yeah, we're halfway through the decade,
We're halfway through.
right?
Yeah. I think as of like this
Remember
year.
how 2020 started off with a bang? The 2020s, the Roaring 20s, some people are calling it.
That's right. They're even throwing like giant gilded uh parties.
Yeah,
Sorry, I needed a white thing on my screen to make me pop on the camera.
that's okay.
I don't have anything planned today because there's just been so much happen. I don't even know like what I would try to start with.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about how it's hard to keep up in the new Trump era.
That's right. We don't have Sleepy Joe anymore. Trickle
Sleepy
feeding us the
Joe,
news. We got the fire hose of falsehood in full effect.
yeah, Sleepy Joe was more our pace. This is a sleepy
That's right. I don't think we
pod.
should even try to keep up with Trump because
Yeah,
you can't. You can't because like stuff's happening. My phone's blowing up with notifications like as we're recording this of like more crap Trump's like telling the media he's gonna do.
yeah.
So what did he do? What do you
Um,
want to talk about? What's happened? We had like a whole Canadian Mexican trade war
yeah. Should
like
we start
started
with the
and
tariff?
resolved. I don't even know how to start with the tariffs. Like where did they land on that? Like 25% across the board, but then they retaliated and they said they were doubling it, but now they all just kind of said like, "Oh, sure, we'll send troops to the border," but they were already doing that.
Yeah, well, Trump is threatening Canada and Mexico with tariffs unless they renegotiate the trade deals in place that, by the way, he was the one who negotiated them in his previous administration, but whatever. But yeah, he's been trying to, I guess, coerce them into doing
Well, for Canada,
something.
it's just straight up demanding annexation for some
Yeah, the
reason.
Canada
Like
thing
still,
is weird. Um,
I have no idea what the end goal for Mexico is because I'm pretty sure most fentanyl comes in even through just like us smuggling it in, like
yeah,
through legal channels and not like immigrants bringing it in.
right. And from what I hear, the fentanyl thing is kind of in decline in the U.S., but I think with Mexico,
I think it's just like strong art. It's just like boasting, like, oh, I can look tough to my neighbor. That makes me look good and makes them look something. But like,
yeah, I think Trump's whole thing is he wants to display the U.S. hegemony not by like intimidating our adversaries, but by
extorting our
coercing
allies.
coercing our allies, if that makes sense. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like he wants he wants better trade parity, I guess, with Canada in that he wants the trade deficit, I mean, quote unquote, to be more even. And I think he wants to just coerce Mexico into doing more about the, so-called illegal immigrant problem. You
yeah.
know,
I mean,
it's not really about trade with
do you think
with
they're
our
running into
northern
the issue
trade.
that they can't declare war on the cartels because they're the ones like propping the cartels up in the first place? Because like I mean, even if it's not like directly, but like we're the ones who benefit more for having like a strong cartel presence south of the border.
Yeah.
Because now we get to like campaign on it. We get to have all this money into border control, all the money off the fentanyl coming in. Like,
I mean, I think just the southern border is just always something that it's something that the median voter cares a lot about for valid or not reasons, you know. So every party wants to say like, "Hey, you know, we're good on the southern border." I mean, just look at how Joe Biden was shouting out, you
yeah,
know, that girl that got killed by illegal immigrants or whatever.
I already saw like certified lib posting like Biden stats on the border showing that this time into the administration, Biden had already like deported way more people than Trump.
Yeah, and yeah,
Like as a
and he,
good
you
thing,
know,
as like, oh, well, see, Biden was better. It's like, what? What are
exactly.
we doing?
Yeah, and remember his one of his big like policy uh initiatives was the quote unquote bipartisan uh border bill,
Yeah,
right? Remember that?
right. They basically tried to take credit for actually building the wall that Trump couldn't build.
Yeah.
That was their
So
strategy.
right. So I think what
Surprisingly,
Trump is trying to do is coerce the U.S.'s allies, and that's the way he sees as the way to preserve U.S. hegemony. He probably realizes that countries like China, Russia can't be pushed around as easily as they used to be. So now he's trying to coerce Canada in Mexico with these tariffs, and then also the European Union to play ball as well with those tariffs he's just recently threatened as well.
how much do you buy into the JD Pawn Don theory, where he's just doing all of this to destabilize the West and push everyone towards China?
I mean, I would love to
The
see that's what he's doing to
the the the,
just as an accelerationist,
the bullet
but
pierced his ear, but he could still hear the voice of the party.
yeah, Deng Xiaoping is like whispering in his ear that's been regrown through stem cell research.
That's right.
I think that's it. I think
I
that's
feel
true.
like
Because I mean,
it
think
doesn't
about
even
it.
seem
Like, yeah,
crazy either,
that would
because
make a lot of sense.
why is he putting tariffs on Taiwan microchips? Why is he pushing
Yeah,
Canada and Mexico away? Why is he basically daring BRICS to just solidify their union and dollar and economy and trading bloc?
yeah,
Like
he's a
he's literally
accelerationist.
creating the
He
conditions
wants,
for
yeah,
like why it even necessitates a rival trading bloc like this, because I mean that's just free market. Like if the US is destabilizing trade like this just at the drop of a hat for no reason, why wouldn't everyone want an alternative?
Trump wants to see the beginning of the Chinese century,
That's right.
just like we do on this podcast. Xi Jinping, please sponsor us.
That's right. I believe it. I believe it
Yeah,
because he loves strong men, and who's the strongest man right now?
yeah, Xi. No one
Exactly.
could consolidate power like Xi Jinping.
Exactly. Like right now,
They wish they could do it like him. Oh, and what? He looks like Winnie the Pooh. Who cares?
everyone loves Winnie the Pooh. That's a positive.
Yeah,
Winnie the
yeah,
Pooh is
he
a beloved
rocks.
icon.
He's cool.
He's fat, just like Americans. Like we love that.
Yeah,
We're like, oh,
he has a joyous smile.
Americans would absolutely hate if you compared this communist icon to a fat bear.
Yeah,
It would just be awful.
right. Yeah, he's cool. He
It's,
rocks.
it's pretty. I mean, I don't know any specifics, but just the general vibe right now, he's good. Good vibes from President Xi.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing so well.
Yeah, I mean that's this whole plan is to just do so well that you can't ignore how well they're doing.
Yeah, Oh, Kober's here. Good evening, Robert
Oh,
Kober.
hey. I forgot where I buried the chat on my TV. Oh, there we go. Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, Kober's a good guy.
So what else? We got tariffs. We got JP Don or JDon, JD Pondon.
What does that stand for, JD
I
Pine?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's find out together.
I tried to look it up earlier and I couldn't figure it out.
Joint dictatorship of the proletariat of oppressed nations.
Oh, so like he's Comintern, basically.
Yeah, it was like he's a Maoist.
That's what's up.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
plan.
see that.
I guess that's like the mission statement of this podcast is that we don't know shit about anything. We're just here to weaponize the Dunning Kruger effect for good.
Yeah. We're trying to get sponsored
The CCP.
by China. Yeah.
That's right.
They apparently have like a huge budget for like international films.
That's I mean, yeah.
So we gotta make a film.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a crew. We could do that. We could stage a production.
Yeah. We'll
It'll
make
be
it
like
have Chinese values.
it'll be like the opposite of the Shenyang Symphony Orchestra. It'll be the glory
Yeah.
of Chinese communism throughout the years.
Yeah. And we won't be produced by a cult. Or maybe we could start a cult.
We could start a cult. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
That's like one of the
That'd be
few
nice.
that's like one of the last few like roads to entrepreneurship in this country.
Yeah.
Was just to start a podcast, use that to become a cult leader, and then get
Yeah.
on the CCP team.
Yeah. Yeah, being
I think
a CCP sponsored cult.
or
that'd
just
be
like
so sick.
somewhere like based out of just like Reiki. They pretty much did the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
we
Shenyang.
could do that.
I guess Shenyang, as we already said, they pretty much did that too. Except they're I don't know, Taiwanese?
Shenyang, there's
I don't
like
know.
an Indian Shenyang that's like pretty popular in the US. I forget what it's called.
I wanted to go when I first saw the ads for it in Boston like 10 years ago.
Yeah. What's that cult called? It's not the Moonies. It's like they also run the Epoch Times. Right? You've seen that, right?
Maybe?
Is that the Moonies? Are they the same thing?
Is it like Mooney's like Falun Gong?
Yeah, Falun Gong. Yeah, that's who runs Shenyang. And they also run the Epoch Times.
That's crazy. Oh yeah.
And they're like huge into like American conservatism.
Right, because the
too.
whole thing isn't even like, oh, China excellence throughout the year. It's like China
It's like
before communism and like how communism like destroyed Chinese heritage forever and ever.
yeah. They like there was like a weird thing that happened like where like somehow a congressman like got tricked into inviting them like to Congress and they like did a weird like crowning ceremony of the leader of the Falun Gong like in Congress.
Honestly,
It was bizarre.
that makes sense. I feel like throughout the entirety of history, there's always some sort of like congressman doing the funniest, stupidest thing ever.
Yeah. If you go to a lot of like Chinese buffets, they have like a Falun Gong sticker on the door if you like have the eyes to see it.
Yeah, because they definitely all seem very like traditional, which
Yeah.
I guess is I'm now learning is a dog whistle for before communism.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
2 days before U.S. President Joe Biden's 2021 inauguration, who's Pack? Michael Pack. I don't know what's happening. I guess Trump is pro Shenyang.
Yeah.
That sounds
Well, they're also like a gun cult too.
yeah.
They're like really into guns.
Why not? So what else happened this week? The trade war, tariffs, all the planes keep
Um,
falling out of the sky.
yeah,
Was that? We didn't talk
that
about
was
that last week, did we?
no.
So that's what.
That was this week.
That's why so much crap happens. I
We
can't
didn't
even
talk
tell.
about the black because it started with
Yeah, Black Hawk like flew directly
well,
into a.
not even that. Before it was the F-35 fell out of the sky like it was like a failed paper airplane. You saw that?
Oh yeah, that's right, the jet.
It just kind of like went like
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like people really paid attention to that. They were distracted by the
Well, because it's like one jet falling military accident, like that's all right. Like
that happens like every week. Every week you hear about like
especially with like the
some
Ukraine war
military
footage, like
hardware crashes. Yeah.
yeah, like we're used to seeing like crazy stuff like that. But then, now we're on to 3 plane crashes. Like we're getting the
Yeah.
15 9/11s prophesized by Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. They're still blaming the Black Hawk thing on the fact that it was a woman pilot.
Was it even a woman pilot?
Yeah, they confirmed it was, or there was at least a woman on board. I don't know if she was the pilot.
Just the fact there's a woman distracting everybody.
Exactly.
Being a bitch. Fucking nagging everybody and shit.
That's right. Yeah, just like oh, they were doing a continuity of government drill, is what I read. So like prepping
Oh,
for like
like
what
as
happens.
if they were like going to like evacuate VIPs or something.
Right. Like what happens if like the nukes were actually launched? Like how do we ensure the government stays functional?
Hmm.
And they just flew straight into a passenger jet.
Yeah.
There's
Like
all the
okay,
rep-
guess
there's
that's not gonna work
one of
out.
the
right?
one of the reps on Twitter was like, something doesn't seem right about this. It's like, yeah, that's
There were
supposed.
so many people like who were like the Black Hawk helicopter is the most advanced helicopter in the world, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
like
Sometimes
it
people.
seems like like military aircraft crash every fucking day, like
Also,
every day
helicopters
you
are
see
like
in the news.
super unsafe anyway.
Yeah, helicopters are just not people really shouldn't be using helicopters like
I mean, once they took Kobe Bryant, that should have been like in Australia when they had one shooting, they took all the guns away.
yeah.
Once Kobe Bryant
And then,
died, we should have taken all the helicopters away.
yeah, he died in the helicopter. The guy from what was it Big and Rich died or something.
Sure.
Now it's just Rich. Right?
Yeah, that's why they went off the
Died in a
radio.
helicopter. A lot of people have died in helicopter. They're not safe.
They're not. They're not
They
even
don't
like.
make sense.
Yeah, they don't. It's like, what do
They're
you?
like just a reverse ceiling fan.
It's like a tribute to man's hubris that they fly. That's why they keep killing us. We're not meant to fly like that.
They anger God.
That's right.
Cobra says jet fuel can't melt steel beams. That's true. That's exactly right. And jets can't they can't withstand crashing into helicopters.
They can't. And then a like small plane fell out of the sky and crashed into a like city block in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was like a Learjet or something.
Yeah, that one was crazy. And the guy like
the
recording
video
it was
on that,
like
it just looked like he went straight down.
the guy recording it kept dropping like Allahu Akbars and
Yeah, that was
just
pretty
like
funny.
I don't even think like as a bit. Like it was just like his actual expression. But
That's just like Arabic people just say that as like, oh my
right,
god.
right.
It's
You
like
just-
the terrorist
You just can't do
hilarious.
that in context to planes exploding in America anymore
Yeah, like
without
you'd
people
probably
getting
be.
suspicious.
Yeah, so that was just something to complicate the whole thing. Him saying that.
It's just, yeah, I don't even like people. I'm sure there's discourse on it, but I haven't really seen it. I think people are more focused on the fact that the plane fell out of the sky
Yeah, that
and
one
that,
just went straight down. That was crazy.
yeah, that was
These are
insane.
like,
Uh,
and it like crashed into a bunch of houses and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
So the big thing is, I mean, Musk, he's doing the same thing he did everywhere else. Is he like did the like firing, fork in the road thing to everybody in the government, like forced out a bunch of FAA people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think they just like fired the safety leader or whatever,
Because he
like
was
a week
woke.
before that too. Yeah,
Um.
so it's like a direct timeline between all these people getting fired, and all like the air traffic controllers and stuff getting fired, and all these planes dropping out of the sky.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, no one seems to be doing anything that's in power to say this is bad. So I guess it's just kind of how our government works now.
Right. It kind of makes me think about like when Biden first got in, and Secretary Buttigieg was he was the for the Department of Transportation. He was the secretary or whatever,
That's right.
and trains kept derailing. Remember that? Like
Yeah,
the
there's
first
the
couple of weeks of Biden, like a train was fucking flying off the rails every day, or and like exploding a bunch of toxic gas all over some like midwestern town.
yeah,
So
yeah,
at
Palestine,
least,
Ohio. Funnily
yeah,
enough,
Palestine, Ohio, that was wild.
it's absolutely wild. It's like the guy saying like "Hello, Akbar" in the video. It's like, why are you
Yeah,
something's not like, these are some omens, man.
yeah, like yeah, I can see how people would like um yeah lose their minds over this shit, um
I'm sure
but
all
I
the
guess what I'm saying,
infrastructure failing for years and years on end is a good thing.
yeah.
The George Washington Bridge collapsed. I used to drive over that going to my dad's house every year. Sometimes
Oh,
it was like a
wait,
whole big ass bridge. It just collapsed. Like a boat
where's
ran
that?
into it. That was a few years ago now, or like last year.
That's not the one in Baltimore that the ship
Yeah, yeah,
crashed
yeah.
in. Oh,
Like I was saying, it
yeah,
just
that was
collapsed. It was
wild.
like, yeah, yeah, it was wild. I can't spell George. I'm giving up.
Yeah,
So yeah, just like all these major infrastructure failures, uh, kind of all happening in the course of like Trump's like, oh, we're gonna deregulate everything, followed by 4 years of Biden's, oh, we can't re-regulate a single thing.
right. Yeah, it was just weird that like at least back then we had Secretary Buttigieg to blame, but I don't even know like who, and like we're just blaming Trump in general for this, and
I'm
just
blaming
doesn't
Elon
hit the
Musk
same.
like specifically because it's
Yeah,
all
I feel
kind of
like
his
everyone's
playbook.
blaming Elon Musk.
I mean, because he's just running his normal like hostile takeover playbook. He's literally running the government like he did Twitter after he bought it right now.
Yeah,
Uh like it's not even like a joke to call him President Musk anymore. He's just straight up running the country right now.
right.
Uh and no one seems I don't even know what we do. Like how long can we even be saying stuff like this? That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
It seems like an alarmist opinion, an extremist, but it probably won't ever come to that, but maybe it will. Maybe like contemporary current will be illegal. We're back to being punk rockers.
if they make us illegal, then we're gonna have to find
Oh,
asylum
we're only
with China.
streaming on Xiao Hong
Yeah,
Shu.
streaming on Xiaohongshu. I haven't really been checking Xiaohongshu lately.
I mean, yeah, I'm just on Twitter 12 hours a day.
Yeah, same.
I can't stop.
Twitter's the best one, unfortunately.
Yeah. And also, I mean,
Someone
even my like
stuff.
For You page is pretty normal still.
Yeah,
I mean, it hasn't changed. It's all the same people. Which I guess if they
yeah,
weren't there, I probably wouldn't
yeah.
be on Twitter, but like,
For
I don't even know.
right. It's the same as the following page, just it's like out of order.
Yeah. Yeah, but then even then, my following page tends to be like older somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know how to get like just the newest tweets. I can only interact with like 8-hour-old tweets for some reason.
I thought it had the latest ones, but I
It
don't
maybe
know.
does, but I don't know. I'm just dumb. I don't ever use it. I don't know. Maybe it does.
I never updated my phone, so my phone still says Twitter.
Oh, that's
Like,
funny.
and it has Twitter in it.
That's
That's why I
like
don't call it.
that's like having a PS4 with PT on it still.
Yeah, I like kind of want to sell my phone just to get like the Twitter collectible.
Cash in, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Everyone's kind of been dooming. They're like, "Oh, Musk has access to all your social security numbers," but wasn't that already like a news story where they all got hacked and leaked anyway?
Yeah, like everyone's social security
Yeah.
number got stolen.
And I've worked at a lot of places. Like if you call to do like to check in on your 401k, like they
Mm-hmm.
they have everything on you. Like everywhere you've ever worked that had a 401k with that like with Fidelity, they just have a record of all of that and like your social edge, you're just
Yeah,
and it's just like people working there. It's not like it's not like hard to get access to all that information.
yeah.
They really do just be giving people all that.
Oh,
They make you sign all the documents that says you won't. Like you promise not to memorize people's socials and steal it, but
yeah. Oh,
like
yeah. I see everyone's social for my job too.
I mean, I'm not like
But what can you really even
I'm
do with that anymore? Like a social security number? Like
right.
you need other
The problem
scams.
is like is they're telling us like now, like we already kind of knew Social Security was going to be empty by the time we got to the age where we old enough for it.
Right.
So whether or not it was just naturally empty from like years of passively bleeding the beast, or just like President Elon
Someone
Musk just like
stole
yeah, just like
security.
axed it and stole it. Like what difference does it make? Like
Yeah, if anything, it'd be a lot more fun if someone stole it all. Somehow.
that's right, they stole it and weakened us enough for the Chinese invasion.
Yeah,
So,
and then we just have to deal with their social programs for the rest of our lives.
which I mean, why not? You know,
Yeah,
it's I'd rather have social credit
retire on a day
than
401k.
just like based on how much money you make
Yeah,
or how like glamorous you could tell people your job is. I don't even know, man.
right. Mm. Yeah.
Like, what's the? I keep asking this, but like, I just don't know like, what the like, what is the American economy even? Like, what do we do as a country anymore? Just like tech speculation.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a service economy, right? But really, it's just a consumer economy. Like, it's just people who consume and
But it feels like we're actively like hostile towards consumers, and like the amount of consumers feels like it's going down.
um,
It feels like we're consuming the consumers. You know what I mean? Like we're
yeah, I guess I don't know.
I don't know either. It
I'm
doesn't
not sure
just
where the economy's going.
I don't know. It feels like maybe it's not like a retroactive thing where you're learning about history, but it always feels like you're usually like working towards something like as a unit. You know, like the moon
Right.
race or like let's beat the Soviets or
Yeah, now it's just like We need to beat China.
We're not beating China.
Okay?
That
Like
would,
beat China at what?
right? It's
Like
just
I don't know.
we just have all these service jobs that we don't want anyone to work. Like it's like, oh, those are
Yeah,
for kids or high schoolers or retirees. And it's like
right. But that's not
it's like most of the
the
jobs though.
reality.
Like I was like,
Like who decided that was what it was meant for? Like these
yeah,
jobs are meant for children. Like you can't just
right. And then if
you
it's
just say,
like, and then if it's like, okay, you don't produce a lot of value because like you're just a cashier. It's like, well, then why do you need a cashier or a storefront? You're like, why is this so important? Like,
yeah. Like our fat American society couldn't survive without those kind of people, no matter how many times they try to trot out the damn like computer order thing at McDonald's.
right? Because people want a servant class. You know what I mean? And for some reason,
Yeah.
they don't want that class to like be comfortable.
I mean, it's an integral part of American society is the people who make your burger, you know?
Yeah,
Like cliche or not, like burger is very important to
that's
Americans.
right. It is. I just
I
so
mean,
like, why do we treat the burger flipper with disdain? We should revere the burger flipper. That should be like one of the
yeah,
most coveted jobs in society because
right.
it's
It
important.
should be like a barber, you know, like it's not uncommon, but you respect your barber.
Yeah, yeah.
They should do the same thing with burgers.
Like the guy who, because like people rely on those, like it's quick. They're going to work. It's like you know what you're getting. Like
Yeah,
say what you
you
want
know,
about like the business practices of fast food, but like the actual concept of it so ingrained in our culture and lives. Like we love that stuff. I love it.
yeah.
You
I
should.
mean,
It's a good living.
it's it's like you need a quick meal, head to fucking Burger King, and also when you know the time of day, like the crew that comes in that's gonna make your burger right. Like
Yeah.
that just shows it's not a one size fits all job. Like like oh, let's not go to this Burger King. Let's go to the one like in Amherst because it's a lot better. You know, like it's all the same shit, but it just means like it's different people who are more motivated.
Yeah. Like those jobs should be respected.
Yeah,
Like it should
yeah,
be like that's how you. I mean, that's how you make competition with jobs. That's how you get people to work is make them want to work, make the jobs worth working.
right.
But it's like I don't think like people want to work. It's you don't want to pay people to work anymore. You don't want
Yeah,
people working
don't want to be
anymore. Like
the worst. You know, people generally want to work, but they
yeah,
don't want like austerity to like
they just
make them have to do shit like this.
right. Like it
But they
shouldn't be like oh work or die. It should just be like oh work because it's something to do, and then the work is its own reward, and you're still taken care of without working or not.
yeah, you should work and you make a good living off of it.
Yeah, yeah, and
But
you should.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Just class solidarity. It's the only
Yeah,
thing that we have to talk about.
right. But these terrorists, man, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
These are gonna bring up the grocery prices, right?
I assume so. We import like everything from out of Canada and Mexico.
Yeah, and like everyone says, like, oh, just buy American, but like even if even if we like reindustrialize to produce the same amount of stuff, like you're still taking out a huge part of the supply,
Well, yeah,
i.e.,
because we can't.
supply and demand, and that's going to rise up prices either way.
Right. Because
Doesn't matter
even
if you're
if
buying from
we can
U.S. or not.
manufacture every single thing in the country without fail. There is no way to guarantee like an importless economy. I feel
Yeah, and
like even if it's
it
just
just
to like subsidize like oh, you say like a bad grain year and you just need to like import grain to like make up losses so like other stuff down the line still runs normally. Like even just shit like
mhm.
that. Uh, so yeah, you just made stuff more expensive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're limiting the supply. What's the number one rule of economics? Supply and demand, right?
Right.
You no matter what you do, like if you're limiting the supply, the price is going to go up. Like even if you're like think about like how the Ukraine war made oil prices go up. The US doesn't get much oil from Russia, but just the fact that the global stock of oil has gone down made oil prices go up. Like it's going to be the same thing with eggs. It's avocados and shit like and beyond that.
Yeah.
Like
Well, yeah, I mean, eggs have kind of had a lot of things going against them. The big one, and it's been going around for at least since Trump's first term, it's just been that bird flu that's just
yeah,
been
I
like
mean
ravaging like
birds.
worldwide chicken populations. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. You want to talk about it's yeah. It's not even just because of the
right.
like post COVID supply chain issues. It's fucking the incoming bird flu apocalypse that is gonna be no one's gonna take seriously because everyone is still whacked out about COVID.
Right. And bird flu is one you kind of just hear about all the time.
Right.
Uh, you know,
Yeah. I mean, people have been talking about bird flu for years, and it's never really shown up to at least Westerners, like to any uh like noticeable degree, I guess. But I
right.
mean, did you see those pictures someone posted of in Massachusetts is a huge hotbed for bird flu, which is it sucks for me. But they're taking pictures of birds along the Charles River, like so many dead birds, swans, goose, ducks,
That's
like
crazy.
just flowing down the river, like dead birds. Like this is not good. Like
Right.
this is not just the usual like people talking about bird flu. Like this has already jumped to people, and this is probably going to be another COVID. I pray to God it's not, but
No, I really hope
like
it's not either.
that's kind of looking like
It's gonna be something. Something not. It's not good, no matter what it's
yeah,
heralded. Uh,
right. Like it just seems like these like epidemics don't just pass away anymore,
they
like
got
swine.
tuberculosis outbreaks have been kicking up in the U.S. for some reason. Well, not for some reason. We know the reason.
Yeah,
It's
right,
anti-vaxxers, but
right.
it's crazy.
And with yeah, and with the bird flu, it's a lot of a lot of it is carried in that raw milk people love to drink now
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's absolutely right. I could have
Yeah,
swore there was a Portlandia bit on it where they were just kept like screaming raw milk at each other and like drinking raw milk and like trying to advertise it.
yeah.
I can never find it when I
I don't
when I look
know the
it up.
fucking raw milk thing because one, you don't need milk in general.
No, milk's like I think it's like populate like it contributes to a lot of health problems like just throughout our
It's
population.
20 calories, which is not good, you know. But yeah, you don't need fucking milk. And then, second of all, pasteurization doesn't involve any chemicals. You're
It's
just heating
just
the
boiling it.
shit up.
That's it. I think it's like hotter
So
than boiling, but like yeah, it's
yeah, so I don't understand like the whole raw milk thing, but
I've even
what?
seen unironic tweets saying like, "Oh yeah, raw milk's fine. You just gotta boil it first."
Yeah, it's like Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Yeah,
also,
so then And then the mink, there's like minks, right? Minks get bird flu,
Like,
and it's like a problem with mink farmers where they have to like cull their entire population because
yeah, I mean that's what's happening when anything gets bird flu, chickens, farmer, anything.
yeah,
I had heard about it jumping to mink. I thought I heard it jump into cattle. I thought I saw that
yeah. I
headline.
think in Europe it's been jumping to minks
That's crazy.
so it's coming. It's another thing to look forward to in the next few years. You're gonna talk about like wearing masks for COVID. Like, imagine wearing a mask for fucking bird flu. Like, that's gonna suck. For global events, have you seen people on YouTube say that you're not allowed to say COVID? You have to say global events.
Oh yeah, I forgot we can't just say all this stuff we've been saying.
Yeah,
YouTube
I mean nothing's
censorship's
happened,
wild.
but not that anyone aside from.
Well, yeah, we're not really getting promoted or pushed anyway.
Yeah,
And you know what? Screw it. Even if we do, the real ones will find us.
yeah, yeah. I'm not
We
worried.
don't need the algorithm to tell us who needs to hear us.
We don't have to say global events on a live.
PDF file.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need that shit.
That's crazy. Like, how are you gonna
Yeah,
even take yourself seriously?
it's weird that people do it like who aren't on YouTube. Like people on Twitter like say shit like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's the. I mean, it's just like a soft censorship, you know. Get all
yeah,
these violent thoughts like out of your head.
yeah.
Violence is never the answer.
It's double speak. They're trying to erase the concept from society by getting rid of it in our language.
That's right.
Right.
That's why every time there's a protest, all the messaging and optics around it is how like, wow, look how disruptive this protest is.
Yeah,
Every time.
that's right. Yeah. Um, yeah. So.
I don't even know what else has been happening. Our social treasury computers. People think the election was stolen, but like credibly, which is probably fine. I'll be like
Yeah.
this Russia gate where it's just like a lot of things that very obviously happened. There's a lot of evidence on it, but no one's gonna do
Well,
anything.
did
So
we talk about?
you just look like a
We,
nerd for bringing it up.
yeah.
We talk about what?
Well, China with the deeps. We talked about DeepSeek a little
Yeah,
bit
we were
last.
sponsored by DeepSeek yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I guess the U.S. is mad because they're saying China violated ex
So
export.
the like billionaire guy, like the founder of the company, basically just like personally bought a bunch of Nvidia graphics cards, like just on his own accord before they put all the export laws up.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
funny.
think they're like mad that like it was just like a crazy guy being like, I'm gonna buy all these graphics cards for to train an AI
Yeah,
on, and not like as the function of a company like importing them for business.
yeah.
But it was also I think before the stuff went up anyway.
It's just funny that like
They're also mad
how
that he like used the OpenAI model to like train his. It's like
right,
he plagiarized the plagiarism machine.
right. Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. They're mad that their fucking program that's meant to steal from people stole from someone else.
Right? That's just generating value on like the speculation that it's gonna be awesome, but it's like
Yeah, it's not. It
it's not.
totally sucks. It's like Clippy.
Right? It's like Clippy, but you also have to like pay a bunch of like tech bros to tweet all day about how like their $200 a
How
month Clippy is
destroy the
changing their life.
yeah.
Oh, I get so much more work done by using DeepSeek's or fucking I don't even know Llama's open new R1 learning model.
Yeah. I've like never used like AI. Like it's like it's so weird. Like when I was arguing with those Nazis, they like kept posting like AI screenshots. Like they would like ask AI like how many Jews were involved in the fucking Bolshevik Revolution, and like they would like send me screenshots of
Yeah,
it.
people use it like Google search. Even Google now will just give you like their AI answer first anyway. They
Like that's the most like interaction I've had with AI
Yeah,
is like
every once in a
seeing,
while I'll see someone be like, "I asked Perplexity about this and couldn't find it." It's like, why don't you fucking do anything else,
right. Like read a fucking book.
right? It's just easier to because like before, what was happening was that like you get like Breitbart, and then you just
Hmm.
have a guy on Breitbart write an article about whatever you wanted, and then that gets posted and shared around. It's just the headline, but like no one mattered because like you can see a thing that said someone wrote something somewhere, and now you're confusing the art. Now they don't even need to go through all that. They just Grok
Right.
told them that.
Yeah, Grok said that
Grok said that.
Comet was Jewish.
Right.
Yeah, I've never I don't think I've really asked an AI anything like that. So, but it seems like it's like so many people are using it.
But yeah, I mean,
But
I'm sure it's got its use case somewhere. I just don't know what.
yeah, like I, as like an elder millennial, I guess, just don't see it. You know.
Right.
But I don't know. It is funny that they're trying to ban the Chinese deep seek.
The free market's free until it's Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. Like, think of all like the Chinese companies that aren't allowed to participate in the U.S. market. Like, we just had TikTok almost get banned. There's all sorts of Chinese electric car companies that have been excluded.
I mean,
No small part
the car import
from
situation's crazy anyway. Just in general,
yeah,
like that's not even a Chinese thing. It's like the American car market's weird as fuck.
yeah, but especially for Chinese
Ooh, yeah,
companies and Huawei. So many Huawei phones around the world, but none in the U.S.
yeah. It's really funny
Like
when you
it's
see them be like, "Oh, let's get in our like Chinese self-driving car," and they just like get in the back and hit a button on their phone, and it drives them across the city perfectly without
yeah,
like catching on fire or exploding or voiding the warranty.
right. Getting blown up
Yeah,
because you went through car wash without putting on car wash
or just
mode.
like running down someone because they couldn't see them because they were black or something.
Yeah,
I still think it's funny the guy to put fireworks in a Cybertruck to like signal it wasn't an on purpose explosion.
yeah,
He knew people would just be like, "Oh well, they just do that."
yeah.
There was no message being sent.
Pick up another Cybertruck
And even
exploding.
then, no one knows what message he was trying to send because
He, he
he's.
just wanted to kill himself and like
I,
kind of be like self righteous with it.
I think that's really it. The problem is it kind of just like adds to the metaphor, but like no one, the dumpster fire metaphor isn't stopping anyone or changing anyone's mind. So blowing up
Right.
your Cybertruck is literally beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Like no one cares. Like
I
it's
love that he said like he said he felt like Halo. Like it reminded me of, like copy paste thing.
oh,
Where Halo, he's a cool guy that doesn't
doesn't afraid of anything.
isn't afraid of anything. Like that was
People don't talk about like how much Halo changed everybody's life in the 2000s.
yeah. Halo Reach was really the only one I played a lot of, like when it came out.
That was a good one.
No, it wasn't good. You don't play as Master Chief. You play as Spartan 6, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his name? He was just 6. That's what they called him.
I don't remember the story of Reach at all. 'Cause
Dude,
didn't
it had the best story.
I think that's like when I stopped playing Halos as they were coming out.
Dude, that's when I fucking started
And
that
then I'd
shit.
like go over to Rob's and like watch him play some of the campaign of the new one. And that'd be it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's like 4 Halo games I just haven't played.
Yeah, I didn't really play any of them. I went back and played them like later, at least 1, 2, and 3. But I never played like I might have played Halo 4, but I like didn't really like it, and then
I always forget Reach and 4 are 2 different games.
well 4 they bring Master Chief back, right?
I don't know.
I think. I think that's it. Like he comes
Oh,
back
because I think
and
was Reach the last one they did before it split, and like they left to go make Destiny, and a different team started making them.
yeah, it was like Bungie and I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
remember.
know. I literally don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was the last one. There's Halo Wars. Halo Wars was cool.
Halo Wars was sick.
Yeah, they got RTS with it. It wasn't even RTS, right?
I
It
think
was turn based.
the first. I think Halo was made off of a like it was an RTS before they. It was like an RTS coming out for Mac until Microsoft bought it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was supposed to come out on the Mac computer, which is so weird. There's that video of Steve Jobs like introducing Halo. I think.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. I don't know. In my head, I keep thinking like an RTS with Yoshis.
Yeah, it was.
That's that's like the mental image I got.
That's why it was called Combat Evolved.
Yeah, because you were gonna get bigger like Super Mario does.
Yeah, but instead they're like, all right, let's just make it a game about one guy who just fucks shit up.
They invented the concept of regenerate hiding behind a box for 2 seconds to get all your health back in a first person shooter.
Yeah, I mean, at least it makes sense in Halo because it's like a shield.
Yeah, and it makes like 6 sounds the entire time.
Yeah,
And like the being out of shield where it like pops like that like alarm sound it makes. It's alarming.
yeah, it makes sense.
It's better than like the fucking like grape jelly screen effect from Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
Jelly on you in college until you're dead.
Yeah, you just gotta wipe it off your face and you're good to go.
Like, all right.
But you can't wipe it
Okay.
off your face while you're being shot at. Everybody knows that. That's how war works.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't actually die. You just go blind from all the strawberry jam that has been splashed on your face.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, video games are stupid. We need a realistic ass video game.
Right? Just like one where
Like,
like you get into Afghanistan, you just sit in the desert for 36 months, and then like the day before you're gonna leave, like your best friend dies in front of you from an IED, and then you have to like go home
yeah.
and like you just suffer through like the VA and horrible benefits and like applying for
Yeah.
jobs at McDonald's because you just need a job. And
Wasn't there a game that was put out by the army? What was that game?
a lot of games.
Yeah, like they're behind them usually, but like there was one that was literally it was like army fucking I don't know, but like you got killed in one hit, and you also like just had to like do realistic missions. I forget what it's called, but anyway.
Well, I think what are we, about an hour?
I think so. I think we covered
55
everything.
minutes? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else.
We had
We've talked about literally everything in the world there is to talk about. What else is left?
we had some confirmation hearings.
Uh, oh, that's right,
RFK.
RFK. He just accused Bernie of being the biggest pharmaceutical like campaign donation receiver in the country. Then Bernie was like, "Yeah, that was all from like individual donations and not any PAC donations at all."
Yeah, they always accuse him of that. They're like, "Oh, Bernie got all these donations from this," but it turns out it was just people who work in
Like
that.
Bernie
Like,
has two houses, and it's like two. It's like a
yeah, he has like,
moderately sized house, and then like a lake cabin.
yeah,
A very likely thing for like the leader of Vermont to have,
yeah, just a successful person to have.
right? Like, I think it's. I mean, because it's just fear mongering. It's Red Scare. I think communists don't want you to own anything.
Yeah, yeah, and then we had director of national beauty and intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. She got confirmed, right?
Probably. I didn't even hear anything about her hearing, so it was probably. I assume it had bipartisan support.
Yeah, they just pushed her through because she's like,
She, she's not gonna like make as many bad optics, bad headline.
yeah, yeah. She's in,
She's not gonna interfere with the donations, with the fundraising.
right? Yeah, and then Pete Hegseth got in, Fox News Psycho.
That's right. Could be the
It's
Rumsfeld 2.0,
right.
probably. I don't even know what that means. I don't know much about Rumsfeld other than the one guy yelling it.
Yeah,
But he seems like he's bringing that kind of vibe to the cabinet.
yeah, he's just a fucking. He's a weekend host too. Like he's not even like a main primetime guy. He's on like Fox and Friends on Saturdays. So
Yeah,
I
they're
don't know.
really kind of just fluffing the
He has
numbers
like
here.
brand tattoos, like "We the People" ass tattoos and shit. Like he has like clips of the Constitution tatted all over himself.
He's also got the like sun, right? You see the one with like
The
the
hat.
whatever the like big circle Nazi symbol is,
Yeah,
the black sun, whatever. He's got one of those, doesn't he?
yeah, probably. Yeah, he's weird. He sucks. But Tulsi's cool. She's hot. I like Tulsi.
Sure, she's I don't know, not my type, I guess. I'm gonna do the
I think she's
leftist thing by saying I
fine.
wouldn't fuck her. That's the
Wow,
feminist take.
that's rude, dude.
She's too like straight girl pretty. I'm not into that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think she's a fox for sure.
Well, that seems like a
Um.
great spot to end it on.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Tulsi,
doesn't look like we have any questions from the crowd. Yeah. Yeah. We made it an hour.
we made it. We've done our legally mandated duty. Everybody go download Red Note and I don't know, just give China your data.
Yeah. Get red. Red book. Get DeepSeek. Get. What was that other one you were using?
Kawaii Show. Kawaii Show.
Yeah. Get that and
That one doesn't have any
just
kind of translation features. I don't think Americans
give
are on it.
yourselves to China.
That's right. It's the best.
We must join with them.
Glory to the CCP.
Yeah.